Welcome to Holden Space. I'm your host, Holden, and yes, the pun is absolutely intended. This is the podcast where I hold space for literally anything. Deep thoughts, weird dreams, awkward moments, existential spirals at 2 a.m. Yeah, we got time for that. Think of it like a safe space meets a comfy couch meets a group chat that actually listens. No judgment, just vibes. And maybe a snack if you brought one. So grab your headphones, lower your expectations just slightly, and let's hold some space, or at least pretend we know what we're doing. Well, hello everybody, it's Holden back here again with Holden Space Podcast. Hopefully you're doing absolutely incredible. So today we have a guest that's been on my Facebook for like 2 years, probably never had a conversation before until recently. I posted that I was looking for guests for the podcast, and he was like, ooh, hey girl, hey, I want to come on. And I think, you know what's funny is like in our grouping and in our small niche community, if we like, ooh, cute chaser, let me add him as a friend. Oh, cute chub, let me add him as a friend. So we tend to build a friend list of people that we have no idea who they are. So today we have Geoff.
Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you so much. It's been an honor. Actually, this is my first time doing a podcast with somebody. This is pretty cool. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it. So
don't worry, it's super laid back.
That's good. So
it's no drama, no nothing like that. It's super chill.
Man, darn. Where's the drama? Where's the tea? Because you know in podcasts people are like, I want the tea. Well, this ain't no RuPaul's Drag Race. We ain't doing.
Oh my god.
We ain't doing.
You know what? Listen, RuPaul's Drag Race is getting real tired.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's why now. I don't know. Have you ever watched Dragula?
No.
That
I think
drama,
I've seen like previews on TikTok.
No, you need to watch it. This drama goes far beyond than RuPaul's Drag Race. We're talking like they do the challenge. They go in the cauldron, or like like when they have drinks, and they go at each other like throat cut. Like I'm gonna choke you. I'm gonna do this, and then it's okay. Back at show. Oh, I love you. Hey, you're going for extermination because wow, it is so intense right now. I'm up to Titans. Titans is like a kind of like a All-Stars. Bring people back from the seasons. Right now, Titans season 2, dude, it's wow. Oh my gosh.
I mean, so from my understanding, when it comes to Dragula, it's a lot more campy. So It's more like the over the top, like drum, like the more ghoulish type makeup and stuff. I mean, from the previews I've seen, it looks cool as shit. So I mean,
Jay Jolie, who was from RuPaul's Drag Race, was on the show on Dragula, but she transformed now transgender. I never knew. Fully. Yeah. She was on the show. She got eliminated, came back on Titans, got eliminated again, but this time around they're doing it kind of like All Stars. Remember one of the scenes? If you got eliminated, you had to do like a Lollapalooza. Something like that. This is where they're doing come out with a look, whatever the theme is, come out with a look, lipstick against your other opponent, and then they decide keep you or get rid of you. Jade just won her redemption because it was Nosferatu's beach party. Come out with your favorite vampire. She went against somebody, she won, but the other cast don't know that she's gone. They think, oh, she went home, she's gone for good. They stay in a secret room, and it's like, all right, whoever got eliminated that night, you have to go against them again, same category, just to fight your way back into the competition. But right now, it's cutthroat drama. It's you stole my man, I hate you, you're doing drugs. It's like, dude, it's insane right now. So it's one of those, RuPaul, move over. Dragula, this is what you want to watch. So
I mean, like the thing is, I think drag performance is absolutely incredible. What these queens can do. I mean, I was drag queen many years ago, but it's like everybody expects the gays to be obsessed with the queens.
Yes,
and I'm just like, bro, like I'm tired of the queens. Most of them are very cunty, very rude and disrespectful at this point. So. I mean, I knew some of them back in LA, and like, especially once I got on the show, their personalities changed. But anyways, all right, beyond drag queens, because that could be a whole episode.
I mean, we could go on forever about that. Yeah, that'd be an episode we can do. I could be like, I got some tea for you.
Oh my god, I should listen. I sure do, especially from like the first like 6 seasons of RuPaul's with like Delta, Raven, all those Chad Michael queens. Because I lived in California at the time.
Me too.
So,
me too.
Like, they had the Dream Girls review, which all those queens were a part of at VIP. And anyways, okay.
Anyway, yeah.
So
that's a topic we can definitely do down the road. Definitely.
100%. 100%. So, of course, we were talking about the beginning of the episode regarding bigger plus size men. So let's rewind, all the way back to finding out internally that you were homosexual. And kind of at what was the turning point to you realizing that you liked men of size?
Okay, so I want to say probably when I was 16. So I got my first technically summer. So at 16 years old, you're obviously I'm at the time still living with my parents, still in high school. I think I was either a freshman or a sophomore. I can't remember exactly. And I remember my mom said, "Hey, you have a choice. You can either go back to summer camp, but obviously you're too old for that now, or get a summer job." Got a summer job working at a public pool. All right. So they put me in the pit. So the pit was where guys would come in and take their clothes off, change in their suits, take a shower, go into the pool. One day, just out of the blue, just out of nowhere, I'm just sitting there minding my own business. Oh yeah, this is when Resident Evil 2 just came out on PS1. I was like, yes, gotta get this game. I'm so excited. So I guess I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. Love that game.
That was a good movie too.
Yeah, it was too. And I remember a friend of a friend of a friend gave me the game, brings it in, and then so I'm looking at the game, I'm checking it out, like can't wait to go home and play it. All of a sudden, this big guy comes walking in, doesn't say anything, grabs the basket, goes over and changes. At the corner of my eye, I keep looking, I keep peeking, I keep seeing it. I'm just looking at there, just staring at him for a couple minutes. He doesn't see me because he has his back towards me, but I'm seeing all of I was like, okay, pretty cool. And so we're gonna call this. I'm just being curious. I'm just looking. I'm not like feeling anything just yet. And I'm looking, I'm watching, but I do the whole like I look down at the game, look up, look down at the game. I don't because I'm like I don't want this guy thinking like, oh, there's a pervert here, and I don't want to feel. He does his thing, goes into the pool, okay, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. This is weird. Is this normal or not normal? I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna ignore it. All right, hours go by. He's in the pool doing his thing. Comes back out. Comes in and says, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Doing all right." Very small conversations. Goes into the shower. Drops all the way down. Okay, here we go again. I'm looking at the game. This time now I'm looking at the front, and I'm like, okay. Obviously, he's washing himself and doing his stuff. And he just starts getting into it, all this. And I'm just sitting here. And of course, down below, I'm just like, oh, snap. There it is. Boink. And I'm like, interesting. Okay, so he gets changed. This is where it got weird. All right. So I can't. So then more people started coming in, and I started taking their clothes, put in the boxes. I think at one point the guy left his suit. Yeah, he did. He left his suit there. Because he got his phone rang, and he was in a hurry, and he got changed real quick. Of course, forgot his suit. Runs out. The next day, I go back to work. Okay, so I'm just trying to like shake off of what just happened. The next day, he comes back in. And he's sitting there changing. And this time I find his suit and I walk over and I kind of startle him. He was like, oh. And I'm like, hey, sorry, sir, not to be weird or creepy, but I think this is your suit. And he was like, oh, yeah, thank you. I forgot it, blah, blah, blah. There's the whole view. Of course, I do a quick look view. He starts smiling and he's like, I'm like, okay. Doesn't say anything. Goes in, takes a shower, goes in the pool. At that moment, I said to myself, something's not right. Something's wrong. I think I'm gay, but no, this is crazy. Me being gay, no. I like girls. I'm into the women. I'm into this. I'm into that. And then finally he comes back in again, goes in the shower, but this time sits there and starts touching himself. And I'm watching, and he goes, not completely. Like he's not fully like getting into it. Like he's just like and he goes, so. Do you like what you see? And I was like, deer in a headlights, just, and he goes, and I'm like, and he goes, how old are you? Can I ask? And I'm like, yeah, I'm only 16 years old. I think at the time he was either, I want to say mid 50s, like 51,
Oh my God.
52.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a chubby guy. And he's like, so do you like big guys? I'm like, I'm not even sure. I don't even know if this is right or this is normal. Well, he said, well, it's too bad that you're not old enough yet. I said, why is that? He says, well, first of all, number one, the age, he goes, I don't go after 16-year-olds because, pedophile, you don't want to get arrested, all that.
Of course.
He says, if you were 18 years old, I definitely would show you a very good time. Come find me when you get a little bit older. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, by the time I hit that age, you'll probably be either dead or moved or, whatever. And he's like, well, enjoy the view. You're still young. You got time to explore. You got time to peek, blah, blah, blah. And then he hands me a magazine and says, use this for your own personal use when the mood hits you. I'm like, what does that mean? You'll figure it out. And then the weird thing is, after that, the following day after that, he never came back. Like, it was like the guy just disappeared. I was like, oh, because every time in the afternoon, he would always show up, go for a swim, do his thing, but he never came back. And I'm like, what's going on? I had all these weird emotions. I went home on my bike and I'm sitting at dinner and my mom's like, are you all right? And I'm like, I'm fine. Like, I just felt really weird. Like, all these emotions, like, how do I explain this to my mom? Like, hey, I think I like guys, but I'm not 100% sure. But downstairs, I'm feeling all these emotions, everything weird. Of course, walking home and with a heart on it, it's like, oh boy, what do you do in that situation? So yeah, it was very awkward at the time, but that's how I kind of knew it started. Like, because then going back to high school, so back in the day, if you remember the old iMac computers, remember the Apple computers? They had like the blue
clamshell, like with the
they were like the blue, the purple, the orange.
I still want one so bad.
Yeah, our library just got those. So of course, every time I go to the library to study, which is not really study, I would sort of kind of started going on the gay sites, but I had to do it very quietly because, obviously, if they find out that you're on it, they're going to be like, hey, who's doing this? So I would randomly go into chat rooms, pretend I'm somebody else. This is before I knew what catfish was. I'd be like, my name is Bob and I'm 43 years old and I'm this big burly guy, trying to talk to someone like yourself. No picture. Just talking, and they'd be like, "Oh, what's your email? Can I send you pictures?" And da da da. And it just from there, that's how I knew.
Thinking of what's it's so crazy because you talked about being in the gym, seeing a bigger guy.
Yep.
When I started finding myself in that aspect, it was also in the gym after tennis practice, and I was staring at the soccer guys that were also in the showers at the same time, and I was like,
good view.
I was like, ooh, look at me. And then during high school, I was going to the library. Number one, to hook up in the bathroom, but number two, MySpace was popular back in the day.
Yes, I remember MySpace. Yeah,
and you were able to like filter and search, like, because it allowed you to identify as gay or lesbian. On MySpace and stuff. So I was like, ooh, this area, gay, this. And I would like message all these people, and I was catfishing. And I was like, I'm 18. Blah blah blah. But that's absolutely hilarious that like almost the two stories coincide. I wonder if the gym or the underwear packages on the store shelf is like the reason most of us start getting that feeling.
Because you're in a boys' locker room and you start to feel like all that, and it's like the only thing I'm really glad when I was in that locker room. I'm glad I didn't do anything inappropriate because the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, am I supposed to? Well, then years later, I went on this date and I told the guy about that. And he was like, did you do anything? Like, did you like touch yourself? I was like, at the time I was like, that's not normal. Well, then I remember, okay, but then here's where it really gets, here's the icing on the top of the cake. So in sex ed in my high school, okay, so, girls go to the left, boys go to the right. So our vice principal was teaching sex ed because they couldn't find a teacher. And he said, okay, everybody write a question. If you want people to know who you are, put your name down. Okay. If you don't want people to know who you are, just leave it as anonymous. And people, please do not judge anybody. Do not say anything, because this is
education.
Yeah. All right. So I wrote, if you see another person, male that is, and you stare at the male for more than a second and you get an erection, is that considered normal or abnormal? So I left it anonymous because I was like, oh my God, if they found out I'm gay, my high school, okay, if you were gay, oh dude, you wouldn't hear the end of it. You would get beaten up, thrown in lockers, all that. Nowadays you can't do any of that though, but back then they didn't care. You can get your face bashed in no matter what.
Jeez.
All right. Mm-hmm. So I handed it in. The principal read it, said, I'm not sure how to answer that question. Whoever wrote this, please stay after class. Maybe we could talk, because, privately. So, okay. So everyone's like, well, who wrote it? Who wrote it? But of course, people are going to be questioned, be scared. Nope. Everybody left the room because the bell rang. I stayed behind and he goes, you? I'm like, I'm the one who wrote it. He's like, can I ask you a question? Why? I said, I feel something's not right. I think something is wrong with me and I feel curious. And he's like, okay. He's like, well, it's hard. He goes, it's hard to explain this. He goes, I feel like it's natural. It's okay. As long as you're not hurting yourself, hurting anybody else. Did you start getting feelings? Did you start feeling anxiety? I was like, a lot of emotions went through my brain. I'm confused right now. I don't even know who I am. All right, well, go see the guidance counselor, talk to them. They can help you, because back then in my high school, being gay meant like, okay, you're sick, you're weird, you're queer. And when I started seeing all these videos, I'm like, no, that's disgusting. That's gross. Guys doing guys. No, that's sick. No. This is normal. This is not normal. It's supposed to be man meets women and they have kids and so on and so forth. Men are not supposed to do that. Neither are women. But the more I started watching those videos and pictures and internet and all that, it's like, okay, I'm going to have to hide this, because at the time, I didn't tell any family, any of my parents. I had to keep it hidden for years because I came from a strict family. Like, you're Catholic. You have to follow God. You have to follow religion. You have to go to church every Sunday. You have to follow the commands. Men. It's Adam and Eve, not Eve and Eve or Adam and Adam. And I'm like, but what if the color comes into play? Doesn't work like that. So, yeah. But when I wrote that question, that's when I knew right then and there. Yeah, Geoff, you are. But how do you deal with it? I thought I was going crazy. Like, I mean, friends caught it like, oh, we know that Geoff's gay. Like, they caught on it quick. But it was, how is Geoff really going to come to terms with himself? So before I used to do the whole, oh, I'm bi, play it off as bi. I like both men and women. Reality, I go for guys like you, Holden, because it was like, I'm just saying, for example, because I was like, because I like more and more of them and I'm trying to get to know more about them. But it's like, in the reality, you're hiding your true identity, Geoff. Like, you're covering up a lie. This is not who you are,
What I think too, I think a lot of gay people, they have to, I think everybody around them knows before we know, because we know, but we have that internal struggle. Are we sure? Are we sure? We haven't been with a woman. We haven't had sex with a man. So it's like, we have that constant internal battle. So, okay. Fast forward beyond coming out of the closet.
Yes.
Well, not even, even past that.
Yeah.
So in the dating scene, okay, so I know in the chub chaser realm, we are thankful today that there are apps like Bigger City. There's events like Bigger Vegas, one that we will not name in Florida right now, and other bear events. Okay, there's Tidal Wave. I mean, there's so many of them across the board. So because of all this accessibility, have you found it easy or difficult to date in the chub chaser scene? And if so, whichever your answer is, why?
The answer to that question, more difficult, because I feel like, in my opinion, they're very cliquish. Like, for example, one we will not name, they're very cliquish. How I can tell you? All right, prime example. I sat in a hot tub at the last one, and there was a guy I really wanted to get to know. I've seen him on Growler. I've seen him all over on Bigger City. Never had the chance to talk to him. And every time I try to get the chance, dude would either be wasted, drunk, high as a kite. And I felt he felt very standoffish. All I wanted to do was have a conversation. So every time I go to these big events, in fact, here's one, not to name names. There's a guy actually here in my hometown. He's a big guy. Now he says he has a boyfriend. I don't know if it's true or not. And all I wanted to do was talk to him. And every time I see him, I ask him what his name is. He'd be like, "Oh, my name is so-and-so." But he'd be always wasted. And finally, I just said to myself, why am I going to these events just to go meet people when I'm being rejected? Literally, I've had big guys like yourself, I'm not saying you directly, but just in general, would see me in a hot tub or in a pool, maybe have a small conversation like, "Oh, I like your tattoos. Oh, I like your necklace. Oh, but that guy over there has got a nice package. I'll be right back." Beelines over there, and it's like, wow, I just came here for a conversation. So once again, here I am trying to get to know you, which I learned too as well at those events. Do not go there looking for a boyfriend. That is a major red flag. Everybody is there.
That's a sin right there.
Yeah, everybody is there to get wasted, meet with their friends, have a good time, hook up. You go say the word boyfriend, you're putting a target. They're going, "Ooh. Hey, look at the time. Gotta go. My boyfriend is in the car waiting for me." Because that is a sign for, oh no, he wants more than just friends. And it's like a death sentence. So I'm learning over the years, these events, do not go there looking for love. This is just for, I'll see you once, never again, maybe keep in contact online. So the answer to that question, it's been tough because there's certain aspects that they look for. It's, you're not big enough. You're not chubby enough. You need more facial hair. Oh, you got to be a certain age, or we have nothing in common, or I'm not really looking for a boyfriend because I just got out of a 20-year relationship. There's always an excuse. So I feel like I'm a reject, literally. And it's like, I shoot myself down faster before you can say, "Wow, cute guy. Oh, that guy's got a lot of baggage or red flags."
I think it's important to note though that, as you said, going to one of these events looking for a boyfriend, like, that's absolutely not. These people are looking for a hit it, quit it. They're looking for a weekend of fun and filled donuts.
Yes, or give
And
me alcohol and get me messed up.
oh my God. Listen, I have like two friends. I'm like, oh, we should. They're Muslim. They came in for the event. I was like, oh, we should go to the mosque or whatever and go pray. And they're like, no. I'm like, why? They're like, I'm gonna be too hungover. Okay, number one, why are you drinking? Number two,
because that's they're on vacation. So,
but my thing is like the moment that they are to the events, it's just fuel alcoholism. It's fuel to how many people they can sleep with. I know that few of the main people of this specific event happening in Florida right now during Halloween. That the main chaser friends of them all have a competition of how many chubby or bigger guys that they can sleep with throughout the weekend. So I avoid that event for the plague. But okay, so beyond the events, okay, and I think rejection in these types of events are somewhat normal. Because like me, being a bigger guy, I've been to 2 chub events and straight up, like, it's like, oh, you're cute, but there's a bigger guy over there. There's a guy that's more pear-shaped over there. Oh, that guy has a bigger badonkadonk. So it's that constant like FOMO, fear of missing out. They fear, well, if I go with Holden, then I'm gonna miss out on the bigger guy over there.
Correct.
Or the more chiseled guy over there. So but dating, say where you're from, okay, you don't have to say where you're at or anything, but like in your local town, why do you think the rejection is so prominent in that area?
Because they're very cliquish. There's certain things they're looking for, and there's certain things that they want. They know what they want, or they've gotten stuck in their head. So in other words, this is how I got treated. So this is how I got treated. Now I'm going to do it to somebody else because how I felt at the time, I'll do it to somebody else. So someone like me, who's very nice, down to earth, to get to know you, wants to have a good time, just gets the shaft because that person has been so damaged from somebody else. It's, well, this is how I know. This is how it's going to be. So if I got damaged, I'm going to damage you so you can pass it on to somebody else. But it's like, I don't want to do that. I want to get to know you. So in my town, everybody is just so stuck up. Like, oh, I don't know if I want a boyfriend. Oh, I'm just looking. Like, here's one. Okay, some guy the other day wanted to be FWB. That's fine. Cool. Started chatting, started chatting, and he's like, "Whoa, where are you from? Where am I from? Cool." So I asked the one simple question. I said, just gotta ask, are you single or are you with somebody? Oh no, I'm married, but my partner and I, we don't really get time to get to be with each other. I'm looking for friends with benefits. I was like, cool, I'm down. Let's go meet up. The following next day, oh hey Geoff, I'm not really feeling it. We haven't even met in person. Yeah, I'm just not feeling the chemistry. It's just not there. We haven't even talked about anything. Oh, well, it's never going to work out. So, but you're a great looking person. Dude, we never even met in person and you're already judging me. Well, sorry to tell you, but thanks, but have a great day. Before I can even go meet him in person, he just assumed that it wasn't going to work out. And then he felt uncomfortable because he thought I was trying to hit on him. I'm like, all I asked was one question: single or married? That's it. I'm not asking you to be your new boyfriend because, but he freaked out and was like, no, I'm sorry. So where I live at, that's where it's like, and everybody keeps saying, Geoff, you need to move. You need to be where, well, see, short version is at the time, my town before COVID hit, everything was very gay friendly and everything. But COVID hit, everything is gone. People moved, places got shut down. So now it's just, oh, if you're not my type or don't have looking for, I want nothing to do with you later. So,
And I would say it's also to say if you're asking a person if they're single or not, especially if they're like, I'm just looking for friends with benefits, and you're like, are you single? I think maybe their mindset automatically jumps to, oh, this person wants more than just a friends with benefits. So because he was married, maybe he's like, nah, I can't take the chance of somebody catching feelings.
Yeah.
I think in the community, they're just trying to catch STIs instead of feelings. Because the thing is, we have Truvada out now. There's Descovy, or just whatever it's called, Descovy, and then there's there's even one more that's preventative for.
Oh yeah,
I think.
You're correct. Yeah.
The promiscuity within the community, I think, is becoming more prevalent, and in the chub chaser community specifically, I'm finding that the likelihood of monogamy is almost zero.
Correct. All they want now is open relationship. That's all they want.
Yes.
Not everybody, but the majority of ones. Because I bet you right now, if you went to that event and you ask anybody, hey, who's open? They'll tell you, I am. We're looking for. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Because monogamous is maybe when you hit 16 up, but now it's I'm 43 or I'm in my 20s. Yo, I want more than one partner.
Yeah, and I mean, so what do you think of the dynamic? So there's Chaser for Chub, Chub for Chaser, and Chub for Chub at this point now, which I have coined lesbian chub. Okay, get offended. I don't care.
Oh, there's one more.
Who's listening?
There's one more term. There's scooter chubs. That's the new term now. That term has been named. Oh well, let me fill you in. There's an event you got to check out called Bigger City. When Bigger City in Vegas.
Bigger Vegas, yeah.
There's scooter chubs there, and that's a new term now. Scooter chub means they're on a scooter and they're big boys.
Oh my god!
Yes, they actually made a category for that, and people go, "Oh, you don't want the scooter chub." They take for what I mean is, and I'm not trying to be rude, and I hope, and if this comes at me, I deserve it. It's called when you get them into bed. Oh, my knees hurt, my back hurt, my legs hurt, everything hurts. And when you get into bed and you're about to have some fun, it's okay, they're passed out. And you're like, well, everything in their body went numb because, by the time they get undressed and you're like, oh, they fell asleep because they've been sitting that thing for hours. Yep. So that's...
I'm not a scooter chub, but I still, when I get in bed, I'm like, oh, my head, my stomach. I had bad Taco Bell earlier.
That's different. No, they're talking
work.
Like their knees have been sore for like days and they're not taking care of it, because so
they're big.
Yes. But they're cuttable.
This is something. Let me get your opinion. The last episode I recorded, I kind of said the same thing.
Okay.
So when I was coming of age and getting into the chub chaser, I found Bigger City at the age 17.
Okay.
And created a profile. at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in this like weird realm of being too big for somebody that wanted average and too small for somebody that wanted a bigger guy. So I was kind of stuck in the middle. And then as I got bigger, then I was in that weird, like, okay, maybe you're just too big. You're not pear-shaped. You're not this. You're not ball belly enough. So chasers have a very specific look that they want in their chubby men sometimes. And so I felt I never fit the mold. So for a very brief period, okay, very brief, I was like, let me give a bigger guy a chance.
Okay.
So there was like 2 or 3 times that I attempted things with a man of size. I mean, one was like over 500 pounds. So like I gave it an opportunity.
Yeah.
And it was, listen, not for me.
Nope, I don't blame you.
Nope.
Don't blame you.
But I find that because of the rejection of chasers for many, many years, the bigger guys now have turned into chub for chub. Because they don't feel that they're ever going to get. And I think the chasers, I'm not saying they're rejecting on purpose, but when you have one chaser, okay, go to the event right now in Florida, okay, separate the two chubs chasers. There's probably a group of 50 chasers and probably 600-700 chubs. So they get their pick of the lot. So as you discussed being in the hot tub, it's like, well, what about this guy? Oh, but there's this guy that may be cuter. Oh, well, maybe this guy will sleep with me faster. So it's like, I don't know. So what is your thoughts on that? And then also, have you had an experience of like being rejected by chubs for not being either a chub yourself or not chaser enough?
Yep. Like I said, that event right now happening in Florida, I feel like it's a popularity contest. They have their heathers and they have your boogers. And yeah, that is how they described it as, because the person told me about this. And all the heathers stay in one group, all the boogers go in the other. I'm in the middle, and if you're in the middle, you just get short end of the stick. In fact, okay, not to say names, there's an event called Club Chub. Okay, I'm sure you heard about it.
No, I've never heard of it.
Okay, so long story short, the person who threw it went to Bigger Vegas, had an event there. It's supposed to be where, it's supposed to be where it's like an event called Barracuda. Barracuda happened in San Francisco. The guy who ran it took it to other events like the Seattle. It's like he goes to your town, he brings the people in, they start dancing and this and that. Well, yeah, the person who threw it, I had the hots for. Okay. At the time, he was at Cannonball. Okay, we'll just say it. I'll just say it. Yeah, he was at Cannonball. Okay. And I really wanted to get to know him really, really bad. This is before he actually started Club Chub. This was kind of like it was in the process. So we were talking. I was getting to know him, trying to hang out with him. He was going through a whole weight problem. He was like, oh, I'm chunky, I'm fat, nobody wants me. He started putting himself down. I was like, dude, stop putting yourself down. You're a great guy. Like, I want to get to know you. Once again, this is not an event for hooking, for dating. This is meant for get in, get out, fill the donut. All right. He started telling me like, well, I'm going to start doing a dance event because I want to feel like bigger guys need to go somewhere to have fun. They feel like they'd be rejected because at Cannonball, it was kind of more all the chasers in one group, all the big guys in another group. If you're big and fat, you're a loser. If you're skinny, we're going to hang out with you. For me, I'm not really a guy. I'm kind of like a medium chaser because yes, I have a beer belly, whatever. I'm in the middle. Well,
I wouldn't really call you fat. I would call you like more thickums. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Well, I started DJing. That's the whole reason why I started going to these events. I figured if I DJ, no one bothers you. People leave you alone. You play your music. That's it. He told me about an event he was doing. Well, then to come and find out later, I started hitting on his friend because his friend was more cuter and he had more esteem and this and that. He got mad and felt rejected and started ignoring me, started not talking to me. And then he said, you know what, Geoff, you're a great guy and all, but you're just too much. You're too hyper. You're too active. I can't deal with this energy. I need to focus on my event that I'm doing and this and that. And I felt rejected. I was like, wow. And he's like, well, second of all, again, distance. This is where it kills. Okay, for example, if I want to get to know you, Holden, right? Sure, we have everything in common. Oh, but Geoff, you live here, I live there. How is this gonna work? Am I going to move or do you move? Am I going to come see you or do you come see me? And
That's too early to even tell at that point.
Exactly. But every big guy I've met across, well, okay, as an example, I have a friend that lives in Ohio. He always body shames himself. I'm too big. I'm too disgusting. My package is small. You'll never find it. But he wants to. Yeah, that's what he says. But he wants to explore his sexuality, and he keeps saying, "Well, Geoff, let's go meet up. Let's go hang out." And then I get blown off like, "Oh, something came up. Something happened." There's always a reason. In reality, one day he finally told me in a drunken mode, "I body shame myself. I'm not good looking. I'm ugly. I'm disgusting." I'm like, dude, stop. No, you're not.
Yeah.
So basically, the long story short, I've been rejected by many big guys before, and it's like, what am I doing wrong? What am I missing? Something I'm missing that I'm not picking up on. Whether it's cue signals, body signals, or it's, listen, man, you're too much, you're too hyper, you're just all over the map, you don't know what you want. I move at a slower pace. Well, for me, I move at a faster pace. We don't mesh, we don't meet, so.
But I get that because I'm of course more glacier. I move a little slower.
Classy.
Yeah. And my partner, he's like always go, 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 go. Like,
that's how I am too.
I mean,
go.
I get home, I'm like, let me sit on the couch, give me 30 minutes, and then I'll get up and start doing other stuff.
Yeah,
He's like, the moment he gets home, he's like, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this, let me do. I'm like, bro, can you just slow down?
The Energizer Bunny.
I'm like, can you chill?
Exactly.
So the thing is, I really can't give an answer. I think too, it's because chubs have always been designed to show that they're not lovable, that they're not appreciated, unless they're being fetishized.
Yes.
Which that I'm trying to find a feeder to come on these episodes. I'm trying.
Oh, they're out there.
But they're out there, but they're secretive about it. Yeah, so I'm trying to find one that's more open.
Actually, funny you mentioned that. I am talking to one right now. He's on. He's like, He's on X Hamster because he does all his videos. All of his videos talks about him. Oh, because he's a baker. He does the job as a baker, and he lives in New York. And he keeps saying, I've never had a boyfriend, but I really wanted to get to know somebody. But I love food, and every time I text him, oh, I just ate a big meal today. My belly is full. And I'm like, he's like, does that freak you out? I'm like, no, but please don't die. He's like, oh no, I go to my doctors. I get weighted normally. Yeah, but yeah, he's a feeder. He wants to eat and get bigger.
No, that's a gainer. I'm wanting to find the more skinnier fit person that's wanting their partner to gain the weight.
I'll keep my eye out then.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So because that's a whole nother episode because there's a difference between fetishism and preference. But yeah, so I would say maybe like bigger guys are just kind of designed that they don't deserve. And so somebody like you that appreciates somebody of size and you're showering this person with compliments, it kind of freaks them out, I would say, a little bit.
Well, actually, bring this up. All right, here's a true story. Actually, I was in Vegas a couple years ago. My ex lives out in California. That's where I was. I was there for 11 years with my ex in California. All right, so he's 6'3". He's a nice guy. I was at Bigger Vegas. I literally felt rejected at that point because nobody wanted to talk to me. Nobody wanted me. So I saw my ex there. Sitting in the hot tub at the hotel. As soon as I saw him, it was deer in headlights. I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in 2 years because of COVID, because I had to move back home because my dad passed away and all that. And he came up to me and he was like, hey, Geoff, how you doing? How's everything going? Super friendly. We had a conversation. Now he was there with a small little chaser guy. Now my ex at the time would only go to events just to meet people, just to make out. No sex, because he wasn't really into that kind of stuff. Like I'm like if we're kissing, I want to go further,
Yeah, of course.
So he was just hanging out. We were just chit-chatting. And he's like, hey, is everything going well? Are you having a good time? I'm like, not really. And he's like, what's wrong? I was like, I feel like I'm rejected here. I'm not a big guy. Nobody wants me. No one wants to talk to me. I'm trying to go around, say hi to people, have conversations. And I don't get it. What am I doing wrong? And what am I not good looking enough? Am I ugly? Am I a reject? And he's like, no, sweetie, you're not. You're a great person. No one really understands you. I've gotten you for 11 years. You're a great person. Maybe it's just the wrong timing because everybody's all wasted and tipsy. Well, then finally I met this guy. We started talking, hanging out in the hot tub, and he wanted to bring me to Hell's Kitchen. I've never been to Hell's Kitchen before, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. The next day we went out and did our thing. I see my ex in the casino. And he always wears Hawaiian shirts because he loves Hawaii. Because him and I went to Hawaii on our anniversary because I work for Norwegian, so we
okay.
stuff. Yep. So I came over and I was like, oh my god, I got great news. He's like, what? I was like, I'm going to Hell's Kitchen. I met this guy. We were talking. We were hanging out. He got tickets. He was like, that's really cool. He gave me a hug. I go off to do the dinner. So the event's all over. A couple months later, I get this message on Messenger. Hey, Geoff, it was really good seeing you at Bigger Vegas. I had a great time. Sorry that you didn't have a good time. In fact, Geoff, I felt really sad for you, and I started crying. I was like, why'd you cry? Because you're such a good person with such a good heart. Nobody understands you the way I do, and they see you for this hyperactive, like, dude on crack on meth, and you're not on that. You have such a good heart on your sleeve. I hope the person, whoever does find you, will realize how lucky they are because you're such a good person. And what bothers me is people just walk all over you. They take advantage of you at these events. They look right past you, and all they see is, okay, yep, this guy's completely dumb as a rock, but that guy over there is cuter. They don't really give you a chance, and that's what bothers me. And I was upset because they were just hurting you, and I wanted to tell them, Geoff is the most wonderful guy in the world. You need to go talk to him. Get past the hyperness point. Coolest ever dude you ever want to be with that you just want to hold and not let go. And I was like, wow. He's like, I want to tell you this for a long time, Geoff, but I've been holding it in. I was crying in front of my date because I still care about you, and I hate that people hurt you, and it's not right. These big people, as he calls it, need to stop because they've been hurt. They're hurting you for all the wrong reasons.
No, 100%. And the thing is, I think we as gay people, or just honestly anybody really, we look more at appearance than anything. So like I'm gonna throw it out there just because you're a chaser. So like you see a slightly thick guy, okay, you're not gonna like even give an opportunity of the day. You're gonna be like, girl, no. But that guy could be the perfect match for you intellectually, spiritually, personality wise. But because he doesn't match the appearance, same thing with me.
Yeah.
When I go out, okay, and I see fatties, like, don't get me wrong, we'll definitely go to the buffet because like I don't want to look like I'm the only big boy. But but when it comes to like actual me seeking out partners, I'm not gonna say it what kind of partners, but partners, like I'm not gonna go talk to the big boys. I'm gonna go like squeeze my little snaky way into the muscular man, the just slightly thick. So maybe that's what it could be too. Like, especially when a chub wants a chaser per se, maybe they're looking for muscular or this, and especially at these types of events, they're looking for the hottest of hot in every single aspect. So when I went to, it was like an MCC event in Oklahoma. It was like a chub chase. It only brought like 500-600 people. It was a smaller event, but like nobody talked to me. Nobody. And it was because all they wanted, this was like more of like big chubs. I'm talking about like 600-700 pound chubs. And like all the chasers over there, that's all they wanted. So I like, nobody paid no mind to me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm fat. Like, what are we doing here?
It's a one and done. Yep. It's a one. I know. If I saw you, I'd been like, hey, I've been talking to you for hours. Hopefully, like, hey, is this guy gonna put out at some point? Because I'm getting like, we got past the what's your name and what you do for a living.
Exactly. So and I think as the community as a whole, yes, don't get me wrong, personal preference is important when it comes to body types. We have to be attracted to a person in order to build something, because at the end of the day, no matter how much they match us intellectually, there has to be that physical attraction in order for us to have other adult activities. But I think as the community put too much emphasis on the appearance, on what the person has to offer in the bedroom, rather than what the person has to offer, our emotional state, our emotional well-being, our financial state, on whether, like, imagine me, like, say if I have money, I don't have money. Okay. I don't have money.
me
But
neither. So, yeah.
imagine I have money and this person's like, that's all they're seeking, or like we have to be somewhat like here a little bit, but there's financially, because I mean, I'm not a stay-at-home husband, or I'd be way fatter than I am.
That's why if I went right now to that cannonball event, I guarantee you right now, I would feel like a waste of time, money, and I would be rejected. I literally would feel like I'm rejected. After all that.
Yeah, from what I heard, the cannonball event is very sexually charged. I mean, the owner of the event literally was renting out slings last year. Making sure that they were industrial enough to hold the bigger guys up. And I'm like, hold on, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Is this a social gathering for people to be appreciated, or is this a like, let's see who patient zero is when there's an outbreak? Because that's what happened to Daddy Land. This is when monkeypox hit.
Oh, that's right.
Daddy Land in Dallas. It was a guy from New York came down. Okay, 0 cases in Texas. 0. After that event, 300 cases from that event because he went to the bathhouse.
I heard about that. Yeah. Everybody had to go get tested. Yep, I heard about that. Yeah,
crazy.
Easy. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, if you go to TVRU, it's the same way. It's the same way. So.
TVRU, I had too much fun. But
TVRU actually, speaking of that, somebody at Cannonball last year said there was a small little outbreak of herpes. Someone, or maybe it wasn't Cannonball, maybe it was somewhere. I can't remember. Somebody was like freaking out about it.
I think it's bound to happen. I mean, honestly, just take your DoxyPep, take whatever pills you got.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the biggest thing, though. We have to be mindful. People are human. Okay.
Yeah.
So whether we find that person attractive or whether we want to sleep with that person or not, if you are at an event, a social gathering, and somebody is just trying to be friendly with you, have a conversation, like, if your intentions are to sleep around the world, that's fine. But like, don't treat that person less of a human just because he's not going to be the one taking you home that night.
Exactly. Or give them a chance. At least talk to them. You know, I'm human. I bleed. I'm not AI. Yeah. Thank God. Thank God. You know.
I wonder if I could have an interview with an AI person. That'd be kind of
you'll get so many different answers.
Oh, that'd be so cool. I'll have to find out if I could do that. If I get
probably could.
You know. So, but the thing is too, like, yes, reality is relationships can blossom from these events. I've seen it. I have friends that met their partners at Bigger Vegas. We have to realize too, the chub chaser dynamic is a very unique dynamic. So finding somebody in our local area is very not likely.
Yeah.
And so many times we talk to people out of state, out of the country, to be able to try to find a partner. But these events bring all these people together. But at the end of the day, everybody's human. Everybody has feelings. And we just need to treat each other with freaking respect.
Exactly.
And not be such a freaking hoe.
Can I get an amen up? Can I get an amen up in here? Because guys like me who've been single cannot find anybody, and starting to wonder, the older I get, am I really going to be single for the rest of my life? And I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah.
So
I mean, how long have you been single?
Oh my gosh. I'd say
you act like it's been a decade.
Yeah. 6 years now.
Literally. Okay, listen, that's not I'm not trying to one up anything whatsoever. But like, before my partner current, it was 7 years before, and that was like, and yeah, I mean, I had dates here and there. And went on like 2 or 3 dates and had like the 1 week relationship. But like, it was 7 years. But the thing is, in that 7 years, came to who I was. I went on multiple journeys and addiction paths and stuff. And somebody in the chat actually just said that they met their partner at Bigger Vegas. So
I've heard people say that.
So the thing is, but again, treat people like humans. So before we shut the episode down, is there anything final words you would like to say? And if you want to share your socials, because maybe somebody thinks you're cute, go for it if you want to. If not, it's totally respectful.
Final words, yes. I just feel, for me, like, I know he's out there somewhere. I just feel like, for me, okay, I keep putting myself down. I keep telling him I'm not good looking, I'm not cute enough. I kind of wish I was a big boy just to see what it feels like to play it, to be on the other side. Maybe I'll get hit on more. I don't know. I just hope that I can find that right person one day and that will say, hey, Geoff, I like you for you. Screw everything else. Fuck everything else. Because all that matters to you is who you are as a person. It's true. I wear my heart on my sleeve and people see it, take advantage of it. So I have to be more toughen up. My social medias, if you want to find me on there, you can put my name is Geoff or my DJ name, which is DJ Frantic, Frantik. You can find me on, you can find me even on Instagram too. Or tell you what, if you see me at an event, come over and say hi to me, talk to me, because I'll say hi back. Yes, I can be sometimes kind of standoffish because it's like, okay, are you on something or where is this conversation going? But if you're just like, hey, I just want to have a conversation and talk, cool. Let's talk about music. Let's talk about something. But it doesn't mean I'm going to jump in your bed right away, but at least say hi to me. I'll say hi back,
Yeah, and if you see him on the corner, don't say hi. He's working. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, honey, I'm working the street. 2 for $1 to get holla.
All right, I appreciate your time, Geoff, and I thank you so much for coming on.
Definitely had a great time as well.
All right, friends, that's all the space we've got for today. Thanks for hanging out. Remember, the vibes are always free and the overthinking is complimentary. If you laughed, learned, or just felt slightly less alone in your chaos, hit the follow and stick around. There's always more space to hold. Until next time, take care of yourself, drink some water, and remember, we're all just winging it, but at least we're doing it together on Holden Space. If you want more ways to connect, please check out the link in the bio.